Well, hello there trainers, greetings, KuroBlitz here and welcome back to another video. There have been a lot of trainers in the Pokemon world when it comes to the types, colors, stats, attributes and all of that good stuff, even trainer classes. And there is always a question that I like to answer, being what is the best team for every generation in terms of being the strongest and the most powerful. And this is the discussion that I want to have today. I want to make a team for every generation of the Pokemon video games by having the highest attack stat. Physical attack at that. I want to see who are the most heavy bruisers in the Pokemon world, and I do have some rules for that challenge. Number 1. No repeating types. Number 2. All Pokemon should be available on the regional Pokédex. Number 3. At least half of the team needs to be Pokemon of the region in question. Number 4. The attack stat needs to be the highest stat of all of the species. Number 5. The stat needs to be that by default. And number 6. Megas, Legendary and other Pokemon are excluded from this. So yeah, these are the parameters that I would like to run. I feel like it would be more challenging by only having Pokemon from the current generation in terms of regional decks, not having repeating types to give an extra challenge, no extra buffs in making the stats stronger or even by gimmicky in terms of abilities like schooling or moody, etc, etc. This is what I want to discover. What is the might that makes right for these Pokemon? What is the strongest, the most powerful team for every generation? Basically creating an NPC for a super boss, a secret super boss NPC for all of the generations. Let's find out, shall we? Let's go! Alright then, let's start off with the Kanto region. As for the Kanto region, we do have a very unique roster of Pokemon to work with in terms of having the highest physical attack stat. Those being of Flareon, Kingler, Pinsir, Rhydon, Machamp and Dragonite. These are some very unique and interesting Pokemon and they do make for a unique and interesting team. You do have Fire, Water, Bug, Ground Rock, Fighting and Dragon Flying. This is a very unique team for Kanto. So with that, I want to continue to their neighboring region, that being of Johto. I don't want to repeat Pokemon as I've stated before, so the Pokemon that I have for the Johto region in terms of having the highest attack stat, they are Granbull, Donphan, Hitmonlee, Scizor, Gyarados and Tyranitar. We have Pokemon of the normal, ground, fighting, bug steel, water flying and rock dark. And even accounting for generation 6, the normal does become fairy. So I feel like this will be very heavy bruisers Pokemon. The last 3 are all capable of Mega Evolution, so whatever generation you would like to have, or maybe depending if it's a gold, silver or crystal version, the NPC will be able to unlock Mega Evolution if this was a remake title, depending on the version. I think it will be very fitting. Now as for the Hoenn region, we are able to have native only Pokemon yet again like Kanto, and those are of Absol, Armaldo, Breloom, Metagross, Salamence and Slaking. This feels like a very powerful team. You have the disaster predicting Pokemon, a fossil, a fighting type, the 2 pseudo legendaries, well, powerhouse Pokemon now, and you have the 670 base stat total Slaking. This feels like a very heavy hitter team. And speaking of heavy hitters, let's go to the Sinnoh region. For this region, we do have Octillery, Rampardos, Honchkrow, Gallade, Electivire, and Mamoswine. The only Pokemon that it's not native in this team it's Octillery, but they do offer a lot of coverage by being a water type Pokemon, and it's the only red colored one on this team, and it's basically based on a tank, so I feel like this would work. We have, late game Pokemon like Electivire, Gallade, and Mamoswine, and also various heavy hitters when it comes to Honchkrow and Rampardos. This feels like a great team for the Sinnoh region. Now going to Unova, being all natives yet again, we do have Darmanitan, Golurk, Archeops, Excavalier, Conkeldurr, and Haxorus. These are very powerful Pokemon, and I do feel like they would fit the Unova vibe very thematically. We have two Pokemon found in ruins, a fossil, a dragon, a knight, and a construction worker. They do embody, the power and the physical strength that these Pokemon would need. Now when it comes to the Kalos region, because of their minimal native Pokédex, this is where things start to, be a little bit more creative by using spares from the regions prior. Because for the Kalos region, I do have Beartic, Pangoro, Tyrantrum, Staraptor, Victreebel, and Aegislash. So I have 3 Mons from Kalos, and the other 3 are from Kanto, Unova, and Sinnoh. This feels like very fitting, and even the Pokemon they are used from all of the other trainers, like Staraptor we do see in the Ninja Village in the anime, we do see Beartics in the routes of Abomasnow and even Mamoswine, and even Ramos use the Whimsicott, so I feel like this would be very fitting. Now going to the Alola region, we do have 4 native Pokemon in this party, and the team of 6 that I have for here are Crabominable, Golisopod, Braviary, Delmise, Mudsdale, and Gigalith. These are some unique and interesting Pokemon. We do have one that evolves in Mount Lanakila, a Pseudo-Fossil, an Americana Pokemon, a Ride Pokemon. We do also have the Anchor that is Delmise, and also a very powerful unit of Gigalith, who is able to use crystals to absorb sunlight. It is very fitting for the islands of Alola. Now continuing to the Galar region, a region that is very notorious and prestige for their league challenge, so it would be one that really embodies all power and all strength. For my Galar team, I do have Barraskewda, Sirfetch'd, Copperajah, Darmanitan, Luxray, and Rillaboom. 5 native Pokemon, one being a variant, and I do have Luxray here because it's also Pokemon from Mustard's team in the Master Dojo of the Isle of Armor, because it embodies the Tiger style of martial arts. These feel like very unique Pokemon to have on a Super Boss when it comes to having the highest attack stat possible. We literally have 2 gorillas, a knight, an elephant, a tiger, and a torpedo. There is nothing more powerful than this. Or maybe there is, because we do have one more region to tackle, and that is Paldea. And for Paldea, the Pokemon that I decided to put in here are Lycanroc, Tsareena, Cerulege, Kingambit, Baxcalibur, and Quaquaval. We do have the unique form of Lycanroc here with the Dusk form. We have, the Pokemon of Violet exclusively, that being Cerulege, the Kick Pokemon of Alola being Tsareena, and we have, the 3 fully evolved dual types of Paldea with, Kingambit, Baxcalibur, and Quaquaval. These do feel like very fitting Pokemon. But yes, there you have it, trainers. These are the teams that I made in terms of being the most powerful for the physical attack stat. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed any Pokemon, what you thought about it, if you want for me to do these types of videos for others' future stats like defense, special, HP, speed. I may consider it, but I just wanted to see who would be the most optimal team for a super boss in the Pokemon video game world. So thank you so much for the support. Make sure to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe. I appreciate your support, trainers. I will see you next time. KuroBlitz out.